I'm James Strussel, and this is my Scrum report for Tuesday, May 28th, 2013. As with any social network, you need rules. You can't friend somebody twice. You should know whether to use the dessert fork or the salad fork. You should be able to control who sees your posts, but it's not good enough to have your users just follow some vague terms of service. Your website should be able to compel users to follow the rules whether they want to or not. That's why yesterday was all about data validations. The first problem I solved was to make sure users couldn't be invited twice to the same gaming event. It's a fairly common use case, and I found the solution easy enough. Simply validate the uniqueness of the user within the scope of the invite's parent event. The tough part was making sure the owner could not invite himself. There are essentially three tables in this relationship: the users table, the events table, and the invites table. The users table has a one-to-many relationship with the events table through the invites table. A user can also have many relationships to events as an organizer. So what I wanted to do was, when I created or updated an invite, it would check its parent event, and if the organizer ID was the same as the user ID for the invite I wanted to create, it would throw an error. The only problem with this is that when the event itself was being created, it didn't have an organizer ID yet, so I was stumped. I started to think maybe I should only allow a user to invite his friends to an event. This would involve a lot more messing about with collections in the view, so I thought this might be a great time to upgrade from Rails 3.2 to Rails 4. Following the Railscast episode on this topic, I installed the upgrade, ran it, and of course my testing completely broke. Sport had some problems running in Rails 4. It couldn't work with the current version of Active Model. Google search gave me the answer. I installed Spork Rails and used a version provided by Michael Hartle's Rails tutorial. Eventually, I cleared most of the deprecation notices, but all of the mass assignment tests fail now. I will have to find out a new way of protecting critical data attributes, as well as a better way to validate all of those data rules. I eventually wanted to transfer from SQLite to Postgres to MongoDB so the database wouldn't be such a pain to scale. After looking at MongoID, I think I might have found the solution to all of my problems. In MongoID, there are a lot more methods to work with. I might even be able to eliminate a lot of my join tables. Not only that, but the documentation is a dream to work with. Simple, concise, and to the point. That's why today I will start to convert the database to MongoID. The only blocker I can see for today is the lack of documentation for MongoDB, since it's not as popular as MySQL or Postgres. There could be more, but that's all part of the fun, isn't it? See you next time!